My first hole-in-one actually came when I was about 13 or 14 years old, if I remember, playing off about 10 handicap. 15th hole at Ilkley Golf Club, where I used to play in Yorkshire, and a good par 3, and I remember it wasn't such a great shot, and it hit the left-hand side and came round, and obviously got very lucky and dropped in the hole, and thank goodness I was underage. I didn't have to go to the bar and supply drinks for everybody, so I just went home and told everybody. My last hole-in-one I had in the BMW Championship in Munich, the BMW International Munich, in about 2008. And it was my 9th hole-in-one as a Tour Pro, my 9th European Tour hole-in-one, which happens to be a record. I don't know why that should be, but it just happens to be that no one's had more than 8, and that was number 9, and very fortunate. Obviously some good iron shots, but fortunate that they drop in the hole. One that I remember vividly was at my home club at Royal Troon Golf Club, and Gene Saracen holed a 5-iron at the postage stamp, only 120 yards, and he holed it there. That was a very, very famous hole-in-one. The biggest prize of hole-in-one was a guy, Dan Pole, hole-in-one at the 17th at the Bay Hill Invitational, and won himself $1 million. And wow, you know. So that was probably the biggest prize I've ever known for a hole-in-one, $1 million. But there's been some great holes-in-one that have won all sorts of odd prizes. I remember Aoki at the World Match Play at the 2nd hole at Wentworth won a house at Gleneagles. All these odd sort of wins that people have had, but amazing over the years that the great players haven't really had many. Seve only had 1 hole-in-one in his whole career. Amazing, and yet one of the greatest players ever to play the game. And yet here's me. I've been very fortunate. I've had 8 as an amateur and 9 as a pro. So I've had 17 in my career, which is extraordinary in many ways. Why should that be? Just a bit lucky, really. The ball's gone in, or unlucky if it's cost you something.